During the last hours of the KC Cup Stage 2, I used Altergeist. I won 12 games in a row against a bunch of Tachyon and Shiranui. There is also the new Altergeist cards and skill from the event. I think they are decent, but also not that great. So in this video I will show you both a build with the new cards and the Altergeist build that I played in the KC Cup. I will show both decks and then some gameplay for both. But with no further ado, enjoy! We will start with the build that I played in the KC Cup. For the skill, I played level 5 reloads, as every time we search or open with Constellar, we can return it to draw a new card. The best cards to draw into here are Mischief or Paleozoic Novella. There are 3 different good targets that this can send to graveyard. One of them is Mischief, and the other 2 are 2 random Altergeist traps. These traps have terrible effects on the field, but good effects in grave if we send them with Novella or discard them with Dynamiscus. Camouflage gives a protection effect, Failover adds back an Altergeist from grave to hand. This is good not only for recursion, but it also lets us dodge IDP. For this build I played 27 cards, since the loss in consistency gets compensated for by Pot of Duality. Duality does conflict with drawing Metaseek turn 1, because you normally want to make Link Reaver, but even then I think it's fine with cards like Spoofing. 27 cards lets us use 2 Silkweetus, which is pretty good for grind games, as with 20 cards I think it's best to use 1 Silkweetus. With this other Altergeist list, we have a new skill that lets us use Emulotef turn 2, but it comes with a big restriction of locking our extra deck to only Altergeist monsters. This means that we cannot play Link Reaver, which makes Metaseek a lot worse. If you have more of the Altergeist Link monsters, then play those over the Synchro monster. I'm only playing the Synchro monster because I don't have any more of these 2. Pixiel is a new card that can sometimes search a multi-faker and it sets up Manifestation. The issue with it is that to consistently get value from Pixiel, you have to play a bunch of Altergeist cards, which means you lack space for lots of different normal traps. I like the skill, but the extra deck lock does hurt a lot, as I would rather play Free Metaseek than Pixiel. Enjoy the gameplay. So this is a replay from the KC Cup on day 3, where I, for some reason, chose to play Altergeist, and it works really well. So with this deck I played Duality because you play a big deck count, and I held a lot of iffy cards in the deck that I don't want to draw all the time. So they go ahead and they do their normal Tachyon turn 1, blah blah blah. Like Trainer, draw 3, draw IDP, draw Spiral, draw Book, play Metal, hope you're doing good, and trap to hand, Nebula, summon Spiral. So they end on the normal Cypher Blades with Trap, IDP, and Book. So we go summon this, which gets met by the Trap, which we are fine with. And we use Duality to put top 3, and we take the Paleozoic Novella to the hand, because this card can dump either Gnomes or one of our Altergeist traps to graveyards. In this matchup we dump Gnomes. Use Faker, Faker summons this, Silk bounces this back to hand. So now they have no monsters left that they can summon because they're all level 7. And normally the way that Tachyon beats Gnomes is they use Swar's Child, because with Swar's Child they can summon that and summon Spiral to make their guys become level 8 again, but they can't do that because we have nothing that's 2k or more for them to summon the Swar's Childs. Let me bounce back row back. And now we're at a point where we don't have the Gnomes anymore, but we still have a Silk to bounce their card every turn, and the advantage we get from Multi-Faker. Because they can Book of Moon our Silk, but because I play 2 Silk, it's kind of fine. Nebula, add Radius. Flip up. Summon Radius for out of targets at this point, pretty much. Because most builds only play 1 or 2 Parsec. And then link 2 into Hextia. So, at this point, it might look like we played into IDP, even with the negate from this, of course. But we didn't even have to use the Hextia negate to play around the IDP here, because when we go and use IDP, we can chain the grave effects of failover to add back our Altergeist from grave to hand, so it cannot resolve IDP. Then, there we go. Altergeist, best deck, Tachyon, worst deck. It is why I'm only playing the one Meliseek, because we have no Link Rebo. Reveal Sombre, going to go ahead and dump Pollux and Vasalgia. Summon Pollux, and then Pollux to it additionally normal summon the Zubin, and then Zubin to search for the level 4 extender if they don't already have it in hand. There it is. And then we're going to use these two to make a rank 4. Potentially an Omega. Yep. And then we're going to use these two to make Pleiades after they search the continuous spell to draw a card. Start shot, then make Pleiades, draw a card, and then probably set 2 pass, I would presume. Set 1, set 2, oh no, set 1, okay. That's a pretty good draw, because now we can just go summon Pixiel, so we go... Okay, so we do this first. Manifesto. And then set Emulator. But my prediction is that they do nerf something to the Shorinari skill, because if this is the only nerf to Shorinari, that's going to do nothing. These nerfs to Shorinari do absolutely nothing. Like, sure, you like lose out on a limit 3 spots, but if you're not playing the Beatrice thing anymore, then you don't really need this anyway. It actually makes no difference. You can't play Econ, which is like, sure, wasn't searchable anyway. Do you even play the tuner? Wouldn't the other links be better? So I don't actually have the other link monsters, that's why. I only have these ones. If you have the other link monsters, then play those ones, but I only have one of this one and one of this one. So what's the Tachyon turn 1 now? I'd say the Tachyon turn 1 now is probably the Omni Negate Trap with Dingirsu, because you can't play Fargrand, you can't play Giant Trainer, so it's probably Ding the Trap, I think. And you probably have to play quite a bit more tech cards. Silk Bounce Pleiades. We can bounce back, I guess, a multi-figure. If there's no skill nerf after a week and a half, then we're not getting one. So what we want to do is do a play to remove both of these by forcing the Omega with Silk and then chaining Compulse to the effect of Omega. I'm not going to use this yet, we're going to summon Multi-Figure from the hands. Put back the Silk to summon Silk from deck. We're going to grab the level 5. Summon Silk. And then what we're going to do here is go Silk, bounce Multi-Faker, targets the Omega, because now we're going to chain the Omega, and then we can chain our Compulse to remove the Sombre. And generally they can't really extend afterwards because they don't play level 1. They do play Lance Face, we could have a Lance Face down. Or in the hand, that is pretty good. Of course. Yep. Okay, so now we can go Sombre Effect to add back They have one card in hand. Probably Zubin, right? Unless you have another name in hand already. Okay, we do. Okay, Resalgu. Start up to draw one. They do this to summon the Zubin. If they played two Caduceus, which they probably do, they're doing this fine. They can then make another play these. Yeah, I don't know why they hit both the Equip Spell and the Shin Spine, but it's kind of weird. We're gonna bounce back the back row, maybe? I hope so. Oh no, the Emlid F, okay. That's fine. I'm going to use Constellar here. And I'm going to target the Omega to negate it, because that will force him to use the material, maybe. Ah, no. This player's actually good at the game. Okay, onto the Silk. Opinion on the ban list? If this is just it, and there's no skill nerfs, I'm not a big fan. However, I think it does do quite a bit to Tachyon, but not enough to Shuanui. I think what might have been the case is they planned out a ban list to hit just Tachyon, and then saw that Shuanui actually did better than Tachyon in the KC Cup. Targeting that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Link 2. Some Hextia. And then Seek the Search. This will grab a Pixely or Pixiel. And then this to search. We're gonna set a Manifesto from deck. But yeah, that was a pretty good scenario for us there, though. Even if it had more time, I was going to go bring back for level 1, punch directly, clear the Omega, and then we have a negate for one of their back row. So it would probably be GG regardless of what they do there.